while I get ready for bed, I wanted to tell you guys a funny story about how I met one of my best friends. Her name is Stephanie. I love her to death. We are still very best friends till this day. But every time we tell this story to people or to just remind each other, we crack up laughing. And I think it's just so funny. But anyway, so we met many, many years ago. We were actually roommates. And I put an ad on Craigslist. I don't know if you guys know what Craigslist is. It's kind of like out here we have Dubizzle. But it's basically an app where you can like buy things, sell things. It kind of got crazy after a while and people stopped using it for what it was really meant for. But at the time, Craigslist was okay to like buy and sell stuff. So I had put an ad in Craigslist for looking for a roommate because at the time, my mom had to guarantee the apartment because when you were young, you couldn't just get an apartment with no credit or anything. So I got a 3-bedroom apartment at the time, just freshly moving from my original state into New York. So I had a big apartment. At the time, I was thinking I was going to have like a home office. I was going to have like a little YouTube studio. When I realized how much things were costing, I was like, I'm gonna need some roommates. So I put an ad out that I wanted a roommate, and I started, chatting back and forth with a bunch of people. It got really hectic at one point, but then I started weeding them out, like asking for their social media as well, just so I could do my own little research because I couldn't do like my own background check. So it was really like a trust the process type of situation. But I got this email from this girl named Stephanie, and she was like, hey, I'm a dental hygienist. I'm moving from so-and-so state to New York. This looks like a perfect opportunity for me. And I had like pictures of my apartment. It was neat. It was cute. And I was the only one there with my little doggy. So it was like, okay, cool. We set up a date to make an appointment. And that was cool. She was supposed to come like maybe on a Wednesday. The next morning, my doorbell rings, and I'm like, who the heck could this possibly be? And it was her. It was the girl, Stephanie. And I was thinking, like, does this girl not follow directions? Why is she coming today? But in her defense, she later explained to me that she was like, listen, people lie so much on Craigslist. She just needed to see what the apartment looked like in its natural state. Like, was I smoking chain cigarettes? Did I have, like, a guy over there? Or, like... And in retrospect, I get why she was kind of doing that and, like, trying to, plan the pop-up. So I was like, okay. And I let her in. It wasn't much of a tour. That was like a bedroom on this side, living room, kitchen. Then on this hallway, there was another bathroom and 2 bedrooms. So it was 2 bedrooms on one side and 1 bedroom down there. That was supposed to be like my office and then studio and bedroom. But none of that actually worked out because I couldn't afford to live there by myself after a while. So we kikied, we talked for a while. She looked like she had just flown in that day actually and tried to like plan as much as possible. And looking for an apartment in New York, looking for a man, looking for a job, looking for the apartment are the 3 hardest things for a single woman to do in New York. So I understand why she was like flustered and just like, she seemed so relieved to see me that I was just a normal person. So we do the tour of the apartment. We chat for like at least 2 hours, just kind of talking about each other, getting to know each other. And I'm like, you know what? I'm really tired of looking. I'm sure you're tired of searching. There's an air mattress in the room. You can have the apartment. You can have the place. She had her first month and her deposit. And the energy was just vibing. Everything was just vibing. The little background check that I could do worked out fine for me. So I was like, yeah, you can go ahead and stay and we can just work everything out. And she was like so exhausted. So she goes into the room that is now her new room and she takes it out. And I just go about my day. Again, she popped up on me early. So I went back to sleep as well. Later on in the day, I get up. I even remember that, like, oh my God, I had a girl come over. Let me take my ad down off of Craigslist. I found the girl I'm going to have. So later on in the day, I get dressed and I come out of the room. She pops out of the room too and she's like, hi, nice to meet you. My name is Stephanie. And, thank you so much. And I'm just looking at her like, oh my God, I chose a crazy person. This girl is crazy. How am I going to now rescind the offer? Like, I gave her the keys. I took her money. And like within 5 hours, she appears to be completely insane. So I'm looking at her like, what are you talking about? She's like, yeah, I met the other girl earlier. Thank you guys so much. I didn't know that there was already 2 of you guys here. And I'm looking at her like, what is she talking about? And I just was like, I'm the girl from earlier. And I'm looking at her like she's absolutely crazy. And she's looking at me with the same crazy look. Come to find out, and I should have said this in the backstory, when she popped up on me, I was just in my regular house attire, and my regular house attire was like maybe a lumberjack shirt, a t-shirt on top, a wrapper, I'm like African lady style, looking crazy, wig not on, Meek Mill braids. So that's who she met. Again, she wanted to meet the real me. That was the real me she met. But later on in the day, I popped up, did my hair, straightened my hair, got a cute little outfit on. This was like us in our 20s in New York City. So you couldn't go to the store without putting on a cute fit because that's just what it was. And that was the type of vibe she gave me as well. But she didn't meet that girl. So she was like, hi, nice to meet you. And I'm like, oh my God, this girl is literally insane. I should have done a bigger background check. She's probably on drugs. What was I thinking? Whole time she's looking at me just as crazy. Why she thought we were two different people? Because of how I looked when she saw me in the morning. Full blown to the point where she's introducing herself to me as the third roommate, thinking that there was two of us. Like, she didn't even put together. She was like, where was where's the other woman? And I'm like, baby, I am, there's only one other person that's here, and that's me. And I'm looking at her like, what? But I guess I just looked, and I didn't even clock myself. I guess I just looked so different that she assumed that I was a completely different woman. And so we talk about it to this day because of the way that she like politely introduced herself to me twice. And I thought she was crazy, and she thought I was just the mother of the girl or something because of how I was looking. We talk about that story so much because she was like, no, I wish I had like a picture of, yeah, I was just in that house one winter time in New York City, not going anywhere, planning on spending my entire day on Netflix. Like, so yeah, that's how I met my best friend. We ended up living together for like 5 years. She settled down, had a baby. And you know, my life changed drastically. After New York, I had moved to Lagos, moved to Dubai. So, but we are still best friends. We may not talk every single day, but anytime we do get up, it's just like beautiful love and just reminiscing on old stories, wishing each other the best, kind of plotting business opportunities and different things that we can work on and do, and just when our daughters are going to meet, because now we both have daughters. Like when we met, we were just two single, beautiful, educated girls. Like she was a dental hygienist. I was working in the media at Universal. So like we always knew we would have, you know, some kind of beautiful future, but like the fact that we have two daughters now is just so cute and adorable. But yeah, that's the story of how I met one of my best friends. She basically thought I was somebody else because I looked so crusty, so dusty, and so crazy that she did not even recognize that I was the girl she had met. Couple of situation, we lived together with literally no issues, no qualms for the entire 5 years, which is like chef's kiss. But yeah, that's how I met my best friend, and this is my preparation for bed. I do use perfume before I go to bed because I like to smell good at night. All chapstick I wear on a day basis. But yeah. That's about it. I will see you guys in my next video. Just decided to share that story time with you. Good night.